Hey, Sarah Tugender here, National Sales Manager, helping you have your most efficient and effective year yet with NutraMetrix. I am live with a nurse practitioner. I'm about to do what I'm kind of calling a discovery meeting. She's been involved with NutraMetrix now for 5 years, but she's now she's ready to implement TLS Select into her practice. She's dabbled in TLS, and actually that doesn't even give her enough credit because she's done more than dabble. She's really loved TLS, embraced it for herself personally, but now we're going to put it as a part of the practice in a true TLS Select fashion. So what I'm going to go through, and I'll write out these questions for you, I'm going to go through all the questions of what I need to know for me to put together her comprehensive TLS Select program. Okay, she's with me. Tina Rose, nurse practitioner, women's health nurse practitioner out of Attleboro, Massachusetts. Thanks,
Hello.
Tina. Pretend like our friends just aren't here.
Okay.
So we'll do this as live as possible. Okay, so when we're doing TLS Select, we talked about this, but for our audience, I'll just pretend. Are you going to have one of your staff members, or are you going to need to bring someone new on board?
I'm planning to bring somebody new on board as a wellness coordinator.
Okay, all right. And what type of person are you looking for that?
I'm looking for somebody who's experienced in nutrition, wellness, somebody who's got a degree preferably in the nutrition dietetics field.
Awesome. How long are you thinking that you want your program to be, week-wise?
I'm looking at probably a 12-week program.
A 12-week, okay.
Yes,
do you want to offer anything else as like an either or do you want to just offer the 12-week?
I'd like to offer several different variations of the 12-week, and maybe I can go down to a 6 or 8-week, but I don't think we're going to see enough results.
Okay, so nothing lower than 6 weeks.
Nothing lower than 6 weeks.
Okay, all right.
No.
Do you want to do a TLS and a TLS Select program, or are we now just going to transition to just straight TLS Select?
Pretty much straight TLS Select. I'll still be using a lot of the 21-day challenges for people who might not qualify for the medically necessary weight management, but, you know, for all of those who want to lose a few extra pounds before the big summer or date.
I know. This is a good time. All right, so you brought this up. So you said who don't qualify, but who is our real target patient group? How are you going to define that clinically?
Morbid obesity, which is a BMI of over 35, or a BMI of between 30 and 35 with other comorbid conditions, such as diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular risks.
Are you considered a primary care provider?
I am not considered a primary care provider. I'm considered a women's health clinician provider, but because I own my own practice, what I explain to my patients is, as a women's health provider, I focus on full women's health, and you are more than just your woman's parts. You have a brain, you have a heart, and these all affect your women's life. So I plan on not treating their diabetes or their hypertension, but helping them to manage their weight so that they can.
Okay, that helps clarify things, I think, for me and our friends here. So what are some of your favorite products that are like they have to be in your package?
Core
is
a must-have. The vitamins, multivitamins, and OPC3.
Are you doing are you going to do multi with and without iron, or do you want to do one or the other?
Mostly without iron. I have very few clients, patients that would need the iron if they have heavier cycles, blood loss. It depends on the individual, so I will offer with iron.
Okay, all right.
Predominantly it'll be without iron.
Okay, sorry to use your train of thought. Multi, OPC3,
core. And then what I love about TLS is it's customized and individualized.
Okay.
So I love Axe, but again, it depends on the individual. And traditionally, when I've done TLS without being medically managed or with comorbid conditions, I haven't used a lot of thermochrome.
Okay, all right. So, how about GCGC, green coffee?
You know, I've been such a huge fan of Core that I haven't used a lot of it. I've used it when people haven't wanted to go the extra mile for the core. I think core is a better product.
Okay, all right, okay.
And so I think in combination they could be really good. But as you know, I think I'd rather go with core and then add the CLA.
Okay.
So that they can see the fat coming off.
Detox or no detox?
Oh, yes, detox.
Okay.
No brainer.
Detox.
Definitely detox.
Shakes, like, are we thinking everyone just gets maybe a 21-day kit?
Exactly.
I'm thinking 21-day kit
That's
here.
exactly. When I looked at it myself and put it together, I came up with a 21-day kit plus whatever else they'd need, because the 21-day kit has everything for 1 month.
Yes, okay.
So then I would do everything else for...
Gotcha. Individual or group, individual sessions for coaching or group classes?
Both, a combination.
Okay.
I individual sessions with myself, the provider, to review blood work and progress and everything, and then my wellness coordinator and I will get together and decide if we want 10 minutes individual with her and then leading a group session. I'm not the dietitian, the wellness coordinator, so I kind of want to work with her and figure out what's going to work best.
Figure that out. Awesome. What additional services are you including that's part of your scope?
Definitely lab work.
Lab. Are we going to specify, or is it depending on the patient?
Depending on the patient.
But are there some that are, like, again, your essentials?
My essentials certainly would be a hemoglobin A1C. I like to do insulin levels, because most of the primary cares out there are not looking at insulin levels, and I find that it's a better indicator of where they're headed.
Okay.
And then I'm really hoping I can have a session when I discuss with patients the importance of individualizing a plan for them and doing a gene snip.
Okay. All right. Cool. I like that. And is there a TLS menu plan you want to follow, or are you going to use the dieter's profile, or what do you, or 21-day challenge one? What are you thinking?
Both of those, all of them. I like the detox menu plan for Detox Week, and I really like the rapid results plan. You know, I made the 21-day challenge starts off with a week of detox, 2 weeks of fat buster.
Right, yeah, fat shredder.
Fat shredder. And then I'd like to move them into rapid results. And, you know, I used to love Sure and Steady, but I'm really getting against some of those grains. So I would do Sure and Steady with some really quality grains.
Okay. All right, modified Sure and Steady.
Exactly.
That's fine. Are you planning on using the video in the enrollment process?
Haven't decided that yet.
Okay.
We got to work out our flow here and see how that's going to work and what our operating hours for TLS are going to be when we're going to be doing TLS sessions. You know,
okay. All right. Do you know, I mean, the 15-minute, like, what is TLS Select, and do you want to enroll? Do you know what I'm talking? We're talking about the same thing, yeah.
Yes,
okay,
I
all
know.
right, okay.
And I don't really.
We had talked about this on the phone.
Yeah.
We're not sure if you have space in your office
space in here
for them to sit somewhere, and so that might not be. So we're thinking maybe the 13-page booklet, in a combination with the trifold.
And once they've even before they're registered, if they're in and they're considering it, I could send them that video.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Which is what I've thought of doing.
We could also put it on your website.
Love to do that.
Okay, that's an option. Yeah, we could work on that.
On my blog page on my website right now, I've introduced that coming soon.
And since you have an MA Web Center,
absolutely,
we know how to do that. So,
and I'll be able to put my wellness coordinator on
there as well and promote her.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, would you like to offer email support? Because you can also do that through your MA Web Center. To an unchecked email address. We can put at the bottom, like, do not respond to this email.
Oh, yeah. I have one of those emails right now, and people ignore my little note.
Okay. As they often do. They're not always compliant. So that's a possibility. And that's sort of, I think, for lack of better terms, beefs up the program. Sorry.
Okay. And that's
no
why,
pun intended there.
Why I think we're going through this is kind of discover what's going to work best and how, and that's, you know, I'm very excited to get it started. And
you do want to use the guide and journal because you love that. I know how much you love that, Tina.
And that was included when I sat down and did my kits, my variations, and I'll review those with you.
You're not currently using pharmacotherapy, are you, for any of these types of patients?
I prefer not to. I have in the past, before I became involved with NutraMetrix.
Okay. No judgment zone here. Some will, some won't.
Some will, some will. And I've had certain physicians that have really wanted that. So I'm not totally opposed to it if needed. I personally think our products are so much better than pharma products for weight loss, and it's almost more of an easy fix where, you know, our products require that they follow the lifestyle.
Right.
So
maybe just a suggestion, marketing wise, maybe you want to make a blog post on your website, like to pharmaco or to not pharmaco, like that is the question, and you could send patients there to say, listen, I want you to read about my stance on it, and then you can decide at the end of the day with what you want to do.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you, I've been finding most of my patients right now, and one of the reasons I've been building so much is they realize I'm practicing health and wellness rather than treating disease and illness, and I think more and more people are leaning towards that.
And so build, you mean that's building your patient base, right?
Building my patient base,
Awesome.
Growing my practice.
Any additional diagnostics? Like, do you have a Tanita scale? Will you be able to do fat? Okay.
I have a Tanita scale that I use, that I was using for TLS in general, and I've actually focused a little bit more on it in my day-to-day practice with my patients who are complaining of their weight. I said, you know, well, we're not going to do this medical scale because, you know, it doesn't give us an accurate picture of what's going on.
Okay, all right. So is there anything else that I'm missing diagnostic-wise? Just again, to make the program.
Most of it is the labs, which can include some urine tests too. It's not all blood.
Right, okay.
But then, the scale to measure the weight, the fat mass and the muscle mass, that's key.
Okay.
And also their visceral fat, which is an indicator, particularly if they have comorbid conditions.
And that is just done from the Tanita scale?
Yep.
Okay, so you're not going to do calipers or anything in addition.
No. I could get a big pool and
right, yeah. You could do the hip to waist ratio. That's sometimes good too, because then it's like, what's your jean size almost?
And
know?
I do inches when I do. I don't like to do pounds. I do fat mass, muscle mass, visceral fat, and then I do inches. Hips,
I like that, yeah.
Waist, thighs, and biceps.
Oh, I like the way that you wrote that. So you do fat mass, muscle mass.
V-fat, which is visceral fat, and that's the fat around their essential organs. So that's really an indicator of what their health is going to be.
And then hip, waist,
thighs, and biceps.
Okay. Do you have a referral source, such as like a physical therapist, a trainer, or a gym, or someone else?
I have a personal trainer.
Okay.
That is very interested. She works privately, and she's very interested. And so I'm looking at some of the packages. So if people is interested, I might add that part of the package.
Okay. All right. You could either add it, or you could also then just maybe she wants to discount or something and give them like a coupon code or something like that. So, all right, I think this is really great. Are there any other questions you have for me or anything else you can think of for me to be able to put together our comprehensive proposal?
No, I think we really covered it. I think, you know, just figuring out the flow of, but I've already got things in motion with patients that are very interested.
I know. We got to get going with this. All right, so we've got to end this because we have some work to do. But it was really nice having you, and I'll answer some questions on this on Facebook later. Thank you so much for your time, Tina.